Well, I don't think it will save the marriage. And you ask me why.
Why?
The reason is that you are better, even in any space outside marriage, you are better to come out clean about your perception about a particular thing, and then you make it open for discussion. You will now know, oh, this is what he thinks, this is what I think. Do we really have any meeting points in the first instance? Many a times, we make so many assumptions. One of the assumptions we make in marriage is, okay, with the example you stated, the man is not financially responsible.
Yes.
But ab initio, you think you can cope. You think you have that tenacity and capacity to keep managing. And again, because your mom and your grandma, the penultimate night to your marriage, have told you, a woman does not complain, just help, just manage, just keep managing, till you grow some irreversible baldness. And then there's an outburst. Usually inappropriate outburst. So it can't save your marriage. You're better coming out clean than see. Abu, I can't cope with this. Choose your words. Of course, you do some, praise him and appreciate him and all of that, and then make your point. From the very, initial period, not that you've enjoyed for 10 years, and then the guy comes with a Thania, you will now remember that he's been financially responsible. So at what point? There is nothing you would say at that particular point that would make him understand that you've been managing. Even if you call people, it would be like, oh, because he now chose a second wife, now there is problem. Whereas in the heart of your heart, you were never okay with it. You were never comfortable with it. So we need to, so many things have been ideologized for us. Like, this is the ideal, this is how it should be, this is no. There are no two marriages that are same. Another woman can endure this till eternity. They are cool with it. That's for them. But for you, from your home, your upbringing, you've been used to being given. Your dad has always given. You have uncles, you have grandma, and then you now come into a space that even when you ask, you don't get. You are going to tire out. We all have our limiting points. We have our breaking point. And when we break, we may never become whole again. So in order not to get to that point, there is no need for pretense, really. Fine, Ustaz was saying about truth. You don't have to pour out all your truth in one go. Bring them out at appropriate times. So that's what I think.
MashaAllah, barakallahu fi. Who can contribute to that again?
The lady that is being patient, what is she waiting for? What does she hope would happen? Her children will grow up and start taking care of her? Or, because the reason I got up to talk was, I remember a story long ago. These ones are the other region, they are Christians. The husband was not responsible, the wife managed, the wife kept saying, Shebo Maaku, Shebo Maaku.
What does that mean?
Means, after all, he would die, he would die. I don't think she killed him, really. After all, he would die. So she was waiting for him to die to inherit. The man died true. Shebi, well, if you will something too much, it comes too fast. And after the burial and after everything, they wanted to do the man didn't die with a will, so they wanted to do what they needed to do. So they asked her to bring the marriage certificate. Now, in the excitement of the wedding and all that, the husband forgot to sign the marriage certificate. So that was the end of. So they were not technically they were not married. So waiting for something, you don't know what will happen at the end of the day. If you are confronted with something, have the courage to rise up to it and see what can be done. We have a lot of mental problems now because people bottle up too much. When you are supposed to talk, you keep quiet. So please, if there's need to talk. Oh.
And I normally tell my friends and people around me, don't be quick to say yes to everything. Personally, I don't say yes to everything given to me. I sit, analyze, critical thinking before I give you my answer. So when you're used to say yes, but when getting married, your parents will say, obey your husband. Say yes. Anything he says.
Say yes.
Yes. So that mentality of going into the marriage with yes, I tell people I don't take it with me. You tell me something, if it doesn't need an urgent answer, I'll keep quiet. Gradually, I'll give you my answer, if it is yes or no. When you pretend, you can't pretend. I believe one cannot pretend for more than a month or two. Your real you will definitely come out. At a point in time, it will come out. So it's best to give. If you say, for instance, Hadiza, sit down here, and I feel sitting here is not haram, standing here is not haram. It has no punishment. I'll tell you, give me time to think if I want to sit here or not.
Or not.
So when you are given time to think, you make decisions. But always don't be fast to say yes to everything. There are some things that need urgent answer. If you can give an urgent answer sincerely, it might not please him, but it will please you. Always put yourself, and if you have children, into consideration. The children and yourself should be put into consideration before giving any response.